Shalom, 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 beautiful people.
Shalom.
And welcome to another episode of Vibing with the Real 12 Tribes. I'm Brother Mike.
I'm Sister Rashawn.
And today, we are going to do a part 2 of Fruits of the Spirit. Now, last episode, we spoke about what we feel that which fruit of the Spirit we're the weakest in.
Yes.
Today, we're going to talk about which fruit of the Spirit we feel that we have the most strength in. Now, we did a little twist.
Yes, we did.
I had Michonne pick which one she thought that I was, and then vice versa.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, when we had texted each other, I was like, so, what two are you thinking of that you're maybe the strongest in? I want to see if her and I were on the same frequency. And sure enough, we were.
Yes.
The two that she picked was meekness and peace. So it helped me, and I picked that for her as well. I wrote them down, and she said it.
Yep. And I picked faith and joy.
And those
he picked those two, and those are the two I was thinking of for him to describe him too.
So we were definitely on the same
one
frequency.
accord.
Now with that, out of the two though, I picked peace.
And I picked faith.
Right? So we're going to admonish each other. We're going to lift each other up. We're going to do, like we said at Yasha University, a little bit of like hallelujah gossip.
Yes.
All right? We're gonna uplift each other.
Yes.
So with Michonne, peace. Michonne, she is a person that you feel like you can tell her anything when you sit down with her and you just talk to her and you vibe with her. It's very easy to get along with her. She has an air about her of, we've been through a lot in our life.
Yeah.
And in it, she finds peace. And with that peace, you feel drawn to her because in a way, it's just strength. To be able to have peace in chaos, that's strength.
Wow.
I remember, I'll tell you guys a quick story. We did what would you want to call it? We did this, what was it? It was, I forgot the name of this program we did, but basically it was one of those programs where it was like life coaching. We weren't the life coaches, but we were being taught by a life coach. This was years ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
And one of the assignments was you had to write a letter to somebody that you had to forgive. And I remember writing mine, and Michonne wrote hers. And at that time, I was really shy. I didn't want to stand in front because there was at least 200 people in the room. And the person who was leading this seminar, he said, okay, whoever would like to come up and share. And to my surprise, Michonne raised her hand and said, I'll go in front of 200 people. And at this time, I'm probably about 20. Michonne's, you were about 17-ish? So we were really young.
You're young, yeah.
Yeah. So she went up there and she shared her letter. And this is something that was like private, you know. If you go back on our channel, it's actually one of our videos. She did a video about forgiveness. Yeah. And it kind of, what she spoke about in that video, she pretty much wrote in the letter. So to make a long story short, she shared it in front of all these people, strangers, over 200 people. And people, as I looked around the room as she was sharing, people were crying. She really touched a lot of people. And I guess for someone to see a young girl go up there and just pour her heart out or to share something so personal, it really touched a lot of people. I mean, grown folks. And I remember watching her and I was so proud of her. You know what I mean? And I remember saying to myself, feeling like, man, I wish that I wish that I wasn't so afraid, you know, to do what she did. I admired her strength to do that. And there was just a peace about her. So then after she got done sharing, people came up to her and they were just, thank you for sharing. You touched my life. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do. And I don't remember, I didn't see it from Mike's perspective because I was up and I was reading and I was, but when Michael told me that, I really touched a lot of people, and then having people come up to me, it was like, wow, praise Yahweh. I mean, people really see your spirit. They think it's you, but it's really Yahweh's spirit. It's how he wants us to walk. And when people acknowledge you for these certain spirits, or there's just something about you that's drawing me to you, that's Yahweh's spirit. They just don't know it. And so, now I give all the praise and glory to Yahweh Elohim, because that's his spirit coming from out of me through and to other people to better touch them
100%.
and inspire them. So
I love that. And I wanted to share a couple of scriptures with you guys. And Matthew 11:28 says, Yeshua says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And in certain translations, it says, "I will give you peace." And Michonne's faith in Yeshua and Yahweh, it's something to be admired.
Wow.
And especially all the different, traumas she's been through, being bullied in school. I remember that, and not physical bully, but it was more psychological. Her having to find her confidence in who she is, but also not allowing those things and those situations dictate who she is today.
Wow.
Letting go and forgiving those things and finding peace in the midst of the chaos. That's something she does really, really well. Wow. And like I said, it's a spirit that you're drawn to it. People have no problem sharing things about. I notice people, they love to but they're not afraid to share their private information or their secrets, or with Michonne. People have no problem doing that, and I admire that so much about her. And then they look back and like, man, I want to be that. I want to be like that too. But we all have different strengths, and how we're going to influence the world, and how we're going to bring people to the kingdom. And that's one of Michonne's strengths is peace. She has peace in the midst of the chaos, and people are not afraid to share themselves with her in that way. So I admire that about you, sis. I admire that about you. I love it, and I aspire to have that same peace in the midst of the chaos, and I want to be able to influence people. Michonne doesn't judge people. She doesn't judge people. She gives people a chance and an opportunity. This is who I am. And Michonne's like, great, come on in. Just welcomes people in that way. So I love that, and Yahweh loves that about you. And it's definitely a strength and a quality. I want to read one more scripture. Psalms 29:11. Yahweh will give strength unto his people. Yahweh will bless his people with peace. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. So he's given you an ability and a gift to touch and influence people. And I just pray that you will continue to be that, especially now that we're back in Yahshua University. We have other believers besides each other that we can talk to and we can relate to. We have a great servant leader, Servant Emmanuel Branch, that keeps us on the straight and narrow. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to call Michonne my sister.
Aww.
So
I have no idea what he was gonna say, guys. This is awesome. Praise Yahweh. Wow. Well, in turn, thank you, bro. Wow, that was awesome. So for Mike, I was teetering between joy and faith. And what drew me to faith with Michael is, coming back, especially when I think of Mike with his faith, I think about when you came back into Yahshua University. And let me tell you, you just dove right back in, you know what I mean? And the definition of faith, guys, is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. And, you know, as you guys know from our previous video, we were in Nash University for about a year, 2 years back, way back in 2000, the 2010s. And just the past year, we came back into Yash University. And Michael came back into it, and he actually came back into it in October 2021. And then I came into it in February of 2022. So it's almost like coming up on a year for me as well. But anyway, he, after, you know, you went through your process and getting back into it, you know, I was like one of the first people you wanted to share it with. And he told me he was back into Yash University and all these things. And one thing I just admire, Mike, throughout this whole journey is your faith in what we're learning. Like, I mean, you walk this stuff. You walk what we're learning. You walk in it, and you believe it full-heartedly. Like, I admire just your confidence, your boldness in it. You know what I mean? And sometimes I don't always have that confidence, or like, you know, the I find I'm more I'll hang in the background, but you are just, you're forward. You're just enthusiastic about the word of Yahweh, and you're a beautiful man of Yahweh, and you believe in it fully, and you're so full of faith in Yahweh's word, in Yahshua's word, and it's just beautiful to see it, emulate, and I really admire that about you. It gives me strength. When we talk on the phone, like, it gives me energy. Like, you know what I mean? I could be dog tired, guy. I mean, I have a newborn, so I'm not getting much sleep. Mike will call me, we'll start having a conversation. And Mike and I are on the phone easily for 45 minutes to an hour, and we're just talking about this word. We're talking about what we want our next video to be in. We're talking about just our life, and it just gives me energy. That's why I always say that this word is alive. It really gives me energy and strength talking to you about it. And one scripture I found that I love was Hebrews 11:1, and it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen." Hallelujah. And there's things that we see, you know, we know this word is real, right? And we do see evidence of that, but we don't see anything with our physical eyes. We feel things, we see things in the sense of just reading the word and practicing and doing it. And I just love that about you, like your faith in it, that you're diligent in it. And it really inspires me to keep going. Like, after our conversations, even like earlier today when we were on the phone, like it gave me energy. It was just like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, I love that. So thank you for your faith in Yahweh, because he sees that, you know, he sees your faith, he sees your works, because faith without works is dead. And Michael works this thing day every day. I feel like he works it like every hour of the day, every minute. You're so conscious of the word and what you want to be on that right path, you know what I mean, and emulate Yahweh through your actions and what you're doing. So I just love that. And another scripture is Romans 10:17. So then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of Elohim. And this really reminded me of you, because you literally heard the word and you jumped right back in. Like, it was just like, no questions, you know, asked. And that kind of faith is what Yahweh wants us to do. You know what I mean? We're not blindly following faith, blindly following anything and what we're doing, but you are practicing, you're doing it, and you're displaying works in it. So yeah, you're amazing. He always thinks about, it's seriously like, your leadership, you being a man of Yahweh, like, how you talk about your family, the things that you're conscious about, how you're dealing with them, treating with them, even with your clients and the people you've really grown as a person, like we've known each other our whole life, and you have grown tremendously, and I'm just very proud of the man that you are, to me, to your family, so it's just a beautiful, and most importantly to Yahweh, and so Yeah.
Wow. That was beautiful.
We don't know what we're going to say to each other today, you know? So this is kind of cool.
Thank you, sis.
You're welcome, bro.
I love that.
So
oh, wow. That's
this
beautiful.
is why I feel like together, Mike and I are a powerhouse. We have our strengths, we have our weaknesses, and we just balance each other out very well. And we're just, Michael and I are always been like on one accord, especially spiritually. Like, I feel like we have always felt spiritually connected and wanted to, you know, strengthen our spiritual walk, which is the beautiful birth of our podcast and everything, you know what I mean? We both felt that we wanted to do more for Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua and help people and to just have conversations. And that's what birthed what we're doing today, you know, and praise y'all that we're actually able to do it. And, you know, we really hope that this touch inspires other people to, you know, move forward in action towards a better relationship with Yahweh and Yahshua. Like, that's the whole thing. A personal relationship. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It's you and Yahweh and Yahshua. That's it. Like, and working on that relationship. So.
Wow, 100%. And to allude to that, we Yahweh has blessed Michonne and I with the most incredible spouses. Our spouses are so supportive in anything that her and I want to do.
Yeah.
And Yahweh has blessed them as well. You know, her and I wouldn't be here where we are if it wasn't, you know, for our spouses.
Yeah.
And they're still learning and they're still navigating their own spiritual journey.
Yeah.
And it's not about, you know, judging anybody. They don't judge us. They let us be and
Yeah.
be who we are.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they know Michonne and I are really close. We grew up that way, and there's no like envy, jealousy. There's none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because our spouses know we love them very much. I love my wife so much. She's done so much for me.
Yeah.
And I am so blessed to have her. I am so blessed to have her. She has gone through the muck and the mire with me, and I've even put us in situations that, you know what I mean, like my crazy like ideas and, babe, let's just go, let's just do this, have faith, let's go.
Yeah.
And her being hesitant of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it didn't always turn out the way that I see it in my head.
Yeah.
And that caused tension between us, but yet she still keeps me safe. You know what I mean? She still holds me down.
Yeah.
There's a little thing I like to tell her. I was like, I call her my queen.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know, you are my rock. You are my treasure from Yahweh. She's a treasure. And Yahweh's given me, she's a gift. And I gotta take care of this gift. So with that, she's incredible.
Yeah. The same with my husband, like, you know, he really supported me. Our biggest transition in life was I changed careers. I was in a career for 10 years, and one day I just was like, I was at the crossroads where I was like, I'm gonna put my heart and soul into this career, or I'm going to step back and go into another direction that I'm passionate about. And I really wanted to change careers. I want to go into my passion, which is animals. I've always loved them. I thought I was going to be a vet when I was 6. Like, you know what I mean? I always loved animals. I always had drawn to them. And so I literally, my husband at the time, my boyfriend, you know, I told him my crazy career change. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what. And I literally was just like, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to quit. I don't have a job lined up. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I can't do this anymore. And he was like right there with me. And man, let me tell you, our journey through that was not easy. But to this day, like looking back, it has been such a blessing that I did what I did and switched. And everything that we have now, praise Yahweh, is because of that faith move and his support in that. And it's just incredible, like, to be able to look back, know the hardship you went through together. And it really did like test us as a couple, like you were saying, like you and Steph, like it really tested us, and it made us stronger, and we're still here, and we're blessed, and we're doing really well. You know what I mean? And that's all thanks to Yahweh and His favor, and just Mike having that faith, you know, following that example, that faith, and man, it's beautiful, guys.
Yes, it is.
It really is, and it's real.
100%. And here, like, Yahweh is in the midst of us all. You know, He's just in the midst. You know, so let's lift each other up. You know, if it's something that that we try to do is, if, let's say, for an example, you see someone on the street and they have a nice shirt on. You say in your head, "Oh, yeah, that's a nice shirt." Say it to that person.
Yes.
Say it to them.
Yeah.
You don't know how by you saying something that simple, hey, that's a nice shirt, man. I like it. You look good in that. Oh, go ahead, girl. I see you in that.
Right.
Something, you know, that could uplift someone. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't get compliments often. Maybe they are feeling down that day. Maybe they don't. And here you are, you say something like that, and that could just change their whole, you know what I mean? The whole day.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in customer service my entire life pretty much. So, I remember one day I just said hi. I was doing something doing some sort of service. I forget exactly what I was doing. Working at a customer service desk. I was doing something. And I just told her, I was like, how you doing today? And she said, I'm doing well. She walked away, and she came back and she said, thank you for asking me how I'm doing.
Wow.
You would never think that meant so much to her.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean? So you just never know how you can influence people. We have to uplift humanity. We have a lot of, this world is really dark.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sadness happening in this world. Let's not be ignorant of those things. Let's know that it is a dangerous road out here. There are people that are unhinged. There's dangers. There's real dangers.
Yeah.
But we can still be a light in this dark world.
Oh, yeah.
As Yahshua was a light when he walked this earth.
Beautiful, man. Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yahshua was a light when he walked this earth.
Yeah.
So let's try to be the same. Let's uplift humanity.
Yeah.
We don't always have to, it's important, but we don't always have to preach the gospel to people. We don't have to come at them in that way first.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
We can come at them in a way of just love. Loving on our fellow human.
That's right.
We are not each other's judge.
That's right.
It's for Yahweh and Yahshua to do.
That's right.
That's between them and Yahweh and Yahshua. Okay?
Praise Yahweh.
We are to love each other.
Yep.
Now get key number 1. Love Father Yahweh with our heart, mind, and soul. And we love each other. Love your neighbor as yourself. Not any bigotry, hatred, or racism.
Praise Yahweh.
Right?
Yeah.
Why? Why do we love? Because Yahweh has such a radical love for us that he sent his only son to die on the cross for us.
Hallelujah.
So we were to have that same radical love for others.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So you have anything you want to say about that?
No, just backing up what Mike said, let's just be a light in this world. You know, Yahweh created this earth, right? And yes, there's a lot of darkness, but there's a lot of light. There's a lot of positivity. There's a lot of things to live for, and we're living for Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua, right? And when you do that, your light shines, and let your light shine. Yahshua said that, let your light shine, and just be positive. Just like Mike said, give someone a compliment. You know, it's easy to follow the world and walk around and be negative and have this outlook on life and all that. You know what I mean? It's so much. It brings you life when you can. I know for me, I feel so fulfilled when I can make someone's day by something so simple. I don't have to cure diseases. I don't have to solve world hunger, but I could give a compliment to my fellow coworker, a client of mine, a stranger, and you never know what that's doing, what that did for them in their life. You know what I mean? You don't know the things and how you touch people, how that's really truly affecting them. And we can either affect people in a negative way or a positive way. I would rather affect people in a positive way, in a manner. And, you know, just a couple example, like just me being who I am, you know, at work or whatever. I've had people. I moved away. We lived at East Coast. Now I'm in the South, and I've had people, a person text me. New things were going on in her life, whatever. We used to always talk and have these conversations, and she accredited me for some of the actions of what she has, the positive things that she has in her life right now. And I'm just like taken back, like, I didn't do anything. I didn't feel like I did anything. You know what I mean? I was just there to listen to her, you know, gave her some advice, uplifted her, you know, and now she credits me for some positive things that are going on in her life. You know what I mean? Here's a person who she never thought that she would be married. She never thought she would marry. She never thought she would find anyone good. She is married. She even has, like, she's a stepmom now, and she's loving it, and like, it's just like, and she accredits me for some of her happiness, and that's beautiful. And I don't take any credit. That's all Yahweh. Like I said, your light shining, that's Yahweh's spirit, and because when you're walking in that, people don't realize they see Yahweh, but that's Yahweh. And I have to give him the praise and glory, because he's telling us how he wants us to walk and treat each other, and when you're doing that, people notice something different about you. You know what I mean? So all praise and glory to Yahweh. But that's just a small example of what you can do for someone. You know, you never know what your words, how they're impacting people in a positive way.
That's right.
So,
and we do it without like wanting credit for it.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things that Michelle and I have done. You would never know, even individually. You would never know, because it's for you and that person and Father Yahweh. That's it.
Yep.
It's between you three. That's it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. It's not for the world. And what we do in secret, Yahweh will reveal to the world, and let him do that. Let him uplift you.
Because let me tell you, that reward for you will be much greater than trying to, like, oh, look what I'm doing, world, look what I did. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather Yahweh glorify me in that than me try to glorify myself. So, thank y'all so much for joining us, man. Remember, be a positive light in someone's life. Hallelujah. And please don't forget to go onto YashaUniversity.com and download our free mobile app. And also, you know what I'm saying, check out that merch, guys. We got this new hoodie right here. It comes in different colors. It's got Yahshua on the top, man. So check out our merch page. Anything that it's really great quality. It really is. It's warm too. I'm getting hot with this thing on. No, but check it out, guys. And anything that you purchase obviously goes towards the ministry of Yahshua University. We want this word to spread globally. Because everyone needs to know the true name of our Father and Savior and our Creator, Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua. So, and please join us for our Monday night call. We have 2 on Mondays. We have a 8 p.m. Eastern Central Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Central Time class. Please come on and just listen to this word live from Sir Emmanuel himself. And then for all the sisters out there, we have a sisterhood call every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Central Time every Sunday for all the sisters. So we love you guys. Thank you so much for vibing with us.
Thank you guys so much. We love and appreciate you. And always remember, stay inspired. There's always hope. We love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And shalom.
Shalom, guys.